Hello all, and welcome back to Time to Dice Character Creation, where we make your favorite fictional characters in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This week we're kicking things up a notch, literally, as we build Sanji of the Straw Hat Crew. Born into the Vinsmoke family as the third son, Sanji was meant to be an emotionless super soldier, genetically engineered for battle. But unlike his siblings, he held onto his empathy, rejecting his father's vision and setting out to pursue his true passion, cooking. From there, he found his place among the Straw Hat Pirates, rising to become one of the crew's strongest fighters. In time, he didn't just match his family's strength, he surpassed it, all while keeping his humanity intact. So beware of spoilers, and without further ado, let's get started. So, what do we need to make Blackleg Sanji? Well, first we need to never skip leg day, so we can deliver extremely powerful kicks, powerful enough to send both enemies flying and ourselves flying. Next, we need to unlock our Diablo Jambe techniques, igniting our legs when physical force won't be enough. And yes, I probably said that wrong. Yes, we're going to continue. And finally, we push things even further with hockey. Armament hockey lets us hit those pesky Logia types who think they're untouchable, while observation hockey gives us supreme spatial awareness, making sure we can dodge, counter, and react like a true master of combat. Sanji is a human, so we're taking the human ancestry. That gives us 8 hit points, medium size, and an attribute boost to both strength and dexterity. Exactly what we need for delivering those devastating kicks. Our base speed is 25 feet, but don't worry, we'll be cranking that up in no time. And finally, we get the skilled heritage to get training and later expert in crafting, so that we can cook delicious meals for all the crew. For our background, we're taking the cook background, reflecting Sanji's time as a sous chef at the Barati and his current role as the Straw Hat crew's cook. This background gives us a boost to constitution and strength, along with training in survival and cooking lore. While crafting covers most of our everyday meals, cooking lore adds that extra finesse, because when Sanji cooks for Nami and Robin, it's not just about substance, it's about perfection. To further enhance our culinary mastery, we're picking up the seasoned skill feat, giving us circumstance bonus to cooking checks. Because if our meal isn't world class, you can be sure it didn't come from Sanji's kitchen. For our class, I don't think there are any surprises here. A focus on lightning fast kicks, insane agility, and enhancing our own attacks? That's right, we're going swashbuckler. No. Another not a monk situation, but hear me out. Swashbuckler has a way high damage ceiling, and the focus on panache fits Sanji's flashy, stylish combat style perfectly. Swashbucklers get 10 plus constitution hit points per level, expert proficiency in perception, great for our observation hockey, and expert proficiency in reflex and will saves, because Sanji's fancy footwork and sheer determination are second to none. For our skills, we get a free training in acrobatics, but we will also take diplomacy for wooing the ladies, nature for identifying which fish we can actually eat, and society, because running a restaurant means dealing with people from all walks of life. We get training in all simple and martial weapons, which we won't be using because Sanji doesn't fight with his hands, and we can wear up to light armor, meaning if we ever get access to a certain raid suit, we can actually put it to good use. For our attributes, we're going to put +3 in both strength and dexterity, because Sanji can float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Constitution sits at a +2. He might not have the invulnerability of his brothers, but he's still tough as nails. Intelligence stays at a +0. Sanji's not the dumbest straw hat, but let's be honest, he has his moments. Wisdom goes at a +1 to boost our perception. And finally, Charisma also sits at a +1, because while Sanji flirts constantly, his success rate is, let's just say, inconsistent at best. Would you look at that? We've hit level 1, which means I legally have to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Otherwise, the algorithm might think you hate fun. Alright, with that out of the way, let's just get back to it. At level 1, all swashbucklers get 5 features. First up is our swashbuckler style, which determines how we gain panache. The gymnast style not only gives us training in athletics, but it also grants us the bravado trait to our grapple, shove, reposition, and trip attempts. Succeeding on any of these grants us panache, and even failing, but not critically, gives us panache until the end of our turn. But what is panache? I'm glad you asked, generic YouTube viewer who sounds just like me. Panache is a state swashbucklers enter when they complete an action with a bravado trait. It doesn't do much on its own, but it fuels a ton of our abilities, specifically stylish combatant and precise strike. Stylish combatant grants us a +1 circumstance bonus to all skill checks with the bravado trait, and a 5-foot status bonus to speed while we have panache. Precise Strike adds scaling precision damage to all attacks we make with an agile or finesse weapon while in panache. And to cap it all off, we get Confident Finisher, which we can only use while in panache and which will automatically end right after the attack. It's a strike that benefits from Precise Strike's bonus damage, but even on a failure, we still deal half that precision damage, adding some reliability to our offense. At level 2, we pick up the Monk Dedication. Yeah, I said Swashbuckler was the better fit, but I never said that Monk didn't have some ridiculously fitting feats. This dedication bumps our unarmed strikes from D4s to D6s, and lets us ignore the non-lethal trait without a penalty. So now Sanji can keep his no hands rule without pulling his punches. We also grab the Titan Wrestler's skill feat, letting us use our panache generating maneuvers on anything from Tenatnas to Giants. Sanji is an equal opportunity boot to the face distributor. At level 3, we get the Fleet General feat, increasing our speed by 5 feet at all times, and Vivacious Speed increases the speed boost we get for being in panache and allows us to benefit from half of that boost at all times. And as we level up, that bonus scales as well. Also coming in at level 3 is Fortitude Expertise, boosting our Fortitude saves to Expert Proficiency, and Opportune Riposte, allowing us to take advantage of any foe's blunder by striking back or disarming them whenever they critically fail an attack against us. Finally, we get a Stylish Trick, which is basically just a free extra skill feat that must be used on either acrobatics or an athletics feat. Quick Jump lets us cut the time it takes to make a long jump or a high jump in half, so we are never more than an action away from being airborne. At level 4, Swashbucklers get another class feat, and we're going to go with the basic Kata to pick a feat from the monk list. Now, you might think we take Dragon Stance for those powerful kicks, but here's the thing. Dragon Tail strikes don't have the agile or finesse traits, so they wouldn't synergize with our Precise Strike. Instead, we go with Crane Stance. In this stance, not only do we gain a bonus to AC as Sanji deflects attacks with his legs, but we also gain a 5-foot increase to all of the distance of our jumps. This fits Sanji's defensive and evasive style, letting him dodge and counter effectively. For our skill feat, we pick up Survey Wildlife, allowing us to identify fish in the area to figure out if they're in the all blue. Probably not, but it's worth checking. At level 5, we get the Weapon Expertise, which boosts our attack proficiency to Expert, essential for delivering those lightning-fast kicks with precision and power. And the Sense Ally Skills feat lets us use our Observation Hockey to always know if an ally needs our help, preferably a female one. At level 6, we get Dancing Leaf, further increasing the distance of our long and high jumps, as well as preventing any fall damage we take while next to a wall. For our other One Piece builds, we've used Intimidation to replicate Conqueror's Hockey. As of yet, Sanji has not shown the ability to use Conqueror's Hockey, but he's still a member of the Monster Trio, so we will still pick up Intimidating Glare. So while we won't be able to drop enemies with a glance, we will still be able to strike fear into their hearts. At level 7, we get the Underwater Marauder General feat. If you're part of a pirate crew spending most of your time at the high seas, and 2 of the 5 of your crew can't swim, it's essential to be prepared for underwater threats. This feat ensures that we can hold our own when enemies try to get the drop on us from beneath the waves. We also get the Kip Up skill feat, allowing us to stand up from prone without wasting an action or provoking reactions, because Sanji doesn't need to stay down for long. For our features, we get Confident Evasion, which increases our reflex saves to master and boosts successful reflex saves to critical successes. Finally, Weapon Specialization gives us a straight-up damage boost to all our attacks, because those kicks deserve to hit even harder. At level 8, we finally get to start tapping into our hockey powers with the Key Strike class feat. This feat lets us deliver a hockey power kick, giving us a +1 status bonus to hit and dealing a little bit of extra force damage. Perfect for taking down those pesky Logio types or anyone else who needs a little extra oomph. We also pick up the Wall Jump skill feat, adding a touch of parkour to our repertoire. This allows us to ascend to rooftops and other high places with ease. Another way to get to elevation with ease is to take the Aeromancer feat at level 9, to be able to cast Fly once per day. Sanji's version of Flight is more akin to the Airwalk spell, but that spell got phased out post-remaster, so this is the best way to replicate it. We also get the Exemplar Finisher, adding extra damage to finishers we make against grabbed, restrained, or prone creatures. And Swashbuckler Expertise increases our class CC to Expert, and upgrades our bonus from Stylish Tricks to get a +2 bonus. At level 10, we get Monk's Flurry, allowing us to take 2 strikes with a single action, both of which benefit from Panache. It's a great way to dish out more damage, But be mindful, if you've already used an attack to gain panache, you might want to hold off on flurry to avoid those pesky multiple attack penalties. And since we're on the high seas most of the time, we also take quick swim, ensuring that we can dive in and rescue Luffy, again, if he decides to fall into the ocean for the umpteenth time. At level 11, our taste is immaculate, so we take the Super Taster feat, allowing us to automatically detect when the food has been poisoned. A useful skill for a chef, especially with a crew that loves to eat. We also unlock Continuous Flair, letting us maintain panache outside of combat, making it easier to keep that swashbuckling confidence up even in the most casual situations. Lastly, Perception Mastery boosts our perception proficiency from Expert to Master, allowing us to keep a sharp eye on everything. At level 12, we upgrade our Flurry of Blows action with the Flurry of Maneuvers, allowing us to swap out one of the attacks for a grapple, shove, reposition, or a trip attempt. Thanks to the Bravado trait, not only does this provide excellent action compression, but it also is a perfect way to set up panache for the next round. This versatility gives us a powerful edge in combat. To round out the build, we take Powerful Leap skill feat. With Crane Stance, Dancing Leaf, and Powerful Leap, we can jump up to 30 feet, making us nearly untouchable by difficult terrain, and allowing us to close gaps or escape without breaking a sweat. And that's before we even take flight. At level 13, we take Natural Ambition Ancestry feat to pick up Disarming Flare, which adds the Bravado trait to our disarm attempts. It might seem a bit late for grabbing a level 1 feat, but the ability to gain panache and remove a foe's weapon in the same action is just too good to pass up. Along with this, we get 3 big proficiency upgrades at this level. Assured Evasion boosts our reflex saves to Legendary, and it bumps critical failures to regular failures, making us even more elusive. Light Armor Expertise increases our armor proficiency to Expert, solidifying our defense. And Weapon Mastery increases our attack proficiency to Master, improving the effectiveness of our strikes. At level 14, we unlock Diablo Jambe with the Elemental Fist feat. This allows us to turn extra force damage from our unarmed strikes into fire damage, which is, of course, the most effective damage type for our fiery kicks. Sure, we could theoretically infuse our strikes with any of the elements, but fire just makes the most sense for Sanji. But if you want to use the other elements to poke weaknesses, I won't tell. We also pick up Water Walk at this level. While walking on water is Brook's signature move, if Sanji can walk on air, then walking on water should be a breeze. Our German experimentation really kicks in at level 15. First, we get the Die Hard feat, letting us survive until dying 5 rather than dying 4. Next, we get the Greater Weapon Specialization, which significantly boosts the power of our kicks, turning them into devastating attacks that pack even more of a punch. This means every strike becomes a lethal weapon, pushing Sanji even further beyond his family's engineered abilities. Cloud Jump lets us really jump ridiculous distances with our new legendary athletics score. And finally, Keen Flare upgrades our strikes. So if they would normally succeed on a 19, they critically succeed. And if you're in an encounter when you don't hit on a 19, maybe consider not being in that encounter anymore. And maybe give your GM a snack or something. They seem to be having a rough day. Level 16 gives us Felicitous Repose, meaning whenever we take a strike with the Opportune Repose action, we can roll twice and take the better result. Opportune Repose doesn't come up often, so when it does, it'll be good if you can actually hit. We also get the Slippery Prey skill feat, which prevents us from taking multiple attack penalties on attempts to escape. I think it's weird that Escape has the attack trait on it in the first place, because you are specifically not attacking. But what do I know? Level 17 comes with another boost to our Observation Hotkey with the Incredible Initiative feat, giving us a +2 on all initiative rolls we make. And Reinforced Ego is helpful, but not nearly as cool. It increases our will saves to Master, while bumping up successful will saves to Master. At level 18, we get the Bigger They Are class feat, letting us take on everyone at Elfaf. This feat lets us tumble through enemy space, and if we succeed, we can grant the target a weakness to the precision damage we deal thanks to panache. We also get Legendary Proficient with Lore Cooking, a fitting upgrade for Sanji, the world's greatest chef. This feat makes him a true master in the kitchen, ensuring that no one gets hungry and, more importantly, ensuring we can cook up the perfect dish, like the wedding cake, to stop Big Mom in her tracks. Combining cooking with combat makes Sanji even more of a force to be reckoned with in and out of battle. Level 19 gives us the Fast Recovery feat. Apparently milk heals your broken bones instantly in the world of One Piece. I don't know if that's just for Luffy and Brook, but you should probably give it a go. We also get Light Armor Mastery, increasing our armor proficiency to Master, and Eternal Confidence, which increases our class CC to Master. Technically, it also gives all our finishers the effect of Confident Finisher, but since we didn't take any extra finishers, that's kind of a wash. At level 20, we finally unlock Wind Jump, which allows us to move through the air with ease. Technically, it's a little bit worse than the Fly spell because we have to attempt a DC 30 acrobatics check to, stay in the air, but with our plus 33 to acrobatics saves, that's hardly an issue. Plus, the fact that we can use this ability infinitely as long as we can refocus means Sanji will be able to zip around the battlefield without breaking a sweat. We also get Swift Sneak, which is, well, let's just say it's best used for sneaky maneuvers, but I'd rather not encourage exactly what Sanji would use this feat for. So let's just move on and dive right into, pros and cons. First off, the ability to leap 30 feet without a roll, on top of the ability to fly and a 60-foot movement speed while in panache, we definitely have mobility down pat. Next, we hit like a truck. Combining the bonuses of precise strikes with key strikes and finishers means we absolutely feel the damage per round roll. And finally, we have plenty of ways of shutting down bosses, whether that be tripping them, disarming them, or just grappling them so they can't get out of our back line. For cons though, a reliance on panache means that we may have to focus on things other than damage when we're not benefiting from it, even if the team is counting on us to bring the damage. Also, we only get 2 focus points, and we don't get our second one until level 20, meaning that if we do run into Logio types, we only have 1 or 2 good shots. And finally, all the investment into monk feats mean we can't pick up our finishers, so our level 19 class feature doesn't benefit us at all. And that wraps up our build for Sanji, the Straw Hat's culinary master and fearsome fighter. With his lightning fast kicks and unmatched mobility, Sanji is ready to take on any challenge, whether in the kitchen or on the battlefield. And if you like this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome builds coming your way. And hey, if you've got a suggestion for the next character you'd like to see, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, keep rolling high, and I'll catch you in the next one.